Hey everybody, it's Steph. Welcome back to the TRE Story Hour. We're taking a look at each of the DISC behavioral types for 4 weeks, and we are into week 2, which means today I will be reading an excerpt from my book on the I, who is the influencer, and they want to know who's on the team. What will people feel about our product or service? Do we offer something that no one else does? What goal do we have to reach before we get a fun reward? Influencers are primarily motivated by 2 things, people and pleasure. Where a D strategy focuses on transactions and bottom line results, an I strategy centers around relationships and loving what they do. Their gregariousness attracts and motivates others, making I's natural leaders in business development. They excel at encouraging their team as well as closing deals by being sensitive to their clients' priorities. With a need to pepper most tasks with fun, their path toward a goal might not always be a straight line, but it definitely will be an experience. Influencers are the world's optimists, and they are guided largely by their emotions and the belief that almost anything is possible. They just need to find a way. They also thrive when accepted. A smile paired with thank you or terrific job will win you great loyalty from someone who's genuinely eager to be appreciated. Think of the actress Sally Fields, who, clasping her 1985 Academy Award, beamed, "The first time I won, I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it, and I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me." That need for social acceptance is both a driving force and an Achilles heel of the I style. Their need to connect and communicate, their charming persuasiveness, and their natural ability to befriend others make them highly productive in people-oriented industries. However, I's need to beware that their eagerness to please and their emotionalism can sometimes fog their objectivity and cause them to attach themselves to ideas or people before all the facts are in. What others may perceive as a lack of a solid plan is an I's ability to view life as an organic, ongoing process. If they attempt something and it doesn't work out, their optimism enables them to stand up, brush themselves off, and move on to the next idea. It isn't that they don't learn, it's that their energies are concentrated in their belief that they can always recover. While this may be viewed as flaky, and sometimes it is, an advantage to having an I on your team is their ability to adapt. I's help guide their teams to go where the social current takes them, which usually puts them at the forefront of trends and sales. Their natural consideration of others means that influencers will enjoy making those personal touches during the marketing and sales process, and some of those ideas for personal follow-up are, you guessed it, in my book. I should be aware that their eagerness to connect with others sometimes leads to a great deal of chattiness and violation of the too much information rule. Remember that sales involves a great deal of listening. I's can get stuck in a stream of rambling enthusiasm, and that's when they're likely to go off in tangents that are no longer meaningful to their audience. I should use their natural gregariousness to introduce themselves to new people, but then be very present and engaged in listening to others. When they curb their chattiness, the I's warmth and energy can shine through in wonderfully infectious ways. So here's what I've learned working with I's on teams. And full disclosure in this whole thing, I am a DI or ID, they're equal. I have a secondary S and my C is just in the crapper, and we'll get into more what all that means when I do the S and C weeks. So I speak both as an I and someone who has worked with I's. So you have to have a sense of humor. That's kind of non-negotiable. If you're just super stuffy and you never crack a smile, you're kind of a drag and we don't want to work with you. You kind of have to have a little bit of a beat and a rhythm, and then we will do anything for you. It's that simple. The other thing is you have to clearly outline what your expectations are. Now, I happen to be very OCD naturally and super organized as a firstborn, which I think helps curb my enthusiasm and channels it. Not all I's come with those bumpers. So make sure you're very clear about what are the objectives, what are your expectations. Give them some latitude to be their unique selves and to get a feel for a situation, because again, they're very intuitive and they're the feelsy people, but make sure they have a context in which all of that takes place and all of those efforts serve. So if you can give them little bumpers, just like bowling, and channel that energy, they really can be phenomenal assets when it comes to business development, sales, marketing, public relations, anything having to do with team people. So keep that in mind if you need some additional help in figuring out how to harness your eyes' powers for good, whether they be your own or your colleagues. You know where to find me. So I'll talk to you next week. We are this close to my favorite holiday. See you soon. Bye.